I was in tears. More than once. I'm pathetic. What can I say? I'm a sucker for this feelsy biopic stuff. Tragic, based on a true story, period pieces just scratch this itch I have for utter sentiment. And what's more tragic than someone who has an artistic passion but just isn't very good at it? Well, probably a lot of things, but maybe it's just a bigger deal to me because I can relate. Florence Foster Jenkins is the leading patron of music in New York in the 1940s. Music is her life, it's in her blood, and she can't sing. She's yet to sing in public, and she's yet to realize the magnitude on which she fails at carrying a tune because her doting husband St. Clair has gone out of his way to spare her the embarrassment. When she decides to perform a show anyway, it's predictably received as some kind of joke or intentional parody, and as she begins to foster, no pun intended, an actual singing career, St. Clair and her new pianist Cosme McMoon work increasingly hard to keep her in the dark. That there sounds like the setup to a comedy, and trust me, this movie is hilarious. A good long while goes by before we ever even hear Florence sing, and that build-up goes a long way because when she does, I was literally unable to breathe. Of course, then, the movie has to go and make it weird by doing a really good job of humanizing Florence, so you inevitably feel guilty for laughing, even though the joke never quite got old from where I was sitting. It's hard not to get swept up in Florence's own confidence even as you laugh at her rather than with her. She's basically Mrs. Bucket for half this movie, and it's excellent.
My name is Bouquet.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bouquet. Jeez, get over it, lady. This isn't about you. Whatever, listen. I'm not gonna pretend that the inspirational biopic isn't a very tropey genre, but when it's done well, it hits just right, and when telling a story about real historical figures, making an audience believe in those figures is your number one job. Meryl Streep, Hugh Grant, and Simon Helberg are all playing multifaceted people that I care for, and the scenes between Streep and Grant especially are beyond heartwarming. This movie somehow managed to make me love this guy even as he has an affair behind his wife's back. Because even as he's unable to be physically intimate with her due to syphilis, it's so obvious that he adores her and will do anything to keep her dreams alive. The tragedy is compounded because her illness has essentially ruined Florence's other musical skills, at which she's genuinely talented. She may not be able to sing well, but it's basically the only thing to do with music that she's physically able to do. It's bad enough when she might keel over, but at risk of spending what little time she has left not taking part in what she loves, how could you not sympathize with her and want her to sing with all she's got? Forget just being a character in a movie, any story that can engender that kind of respect and admiration in me for the work of a real existing person when said work is this easy to dismiss deserves all the praise I can give it. I mean, do you hear this? Stop laughing, it's not funny. I value being earnest a lot in artistry, which is ironic because I know firsthand that passion can be fleeting, which is why I find stories of people like this who not only never give up, but never stop enjoying themselves as they perform their craft, so damn perfect. Not to mention you've got Cosme, whose art perfectly exemplifies integrity over popularity. With all that said, I do still have to judge this at least on some level as a movie with the many moving parts that entails, and on that level it's fairly average, I guess. Story and characters aside, there's not much here that's memorable. The sets are pretty and the score is a bit nice, I guess, but there's just something a bit unspectacular about the way this movie is presented that I can't put into words. Let's just call it another byproduct of being part of a very samey genre. But really, none of that stuff matters to me, and I struggle to think of any aspect of the movie that does matter to me and isn't done well. It's not trying to be any more than the story of this woman and her husband and her friend. It's simple, it's efficient, and for me it's insanely powerful. It's sad that it probably won't make much money since I think the people who gave us this deserve some repayment, but hey, Meryl's got another Oscar in the bag, so there's that. Yeah, so hey, this isn't the first time this week that I've been emotionally traumatized by a piece of media. Why don't you check out my other, much more, vocal breakdown regarding Orange is the New Black Season 4. Or if you want my thoughts on a movie that was going for emotion but didn't quite get it from me, you can look at my review of Meet Joe Black. I swear I did not mean for both of those titles to have black in them. Like the video if you liked the video, and subscribe if you want to see more. Thanks for watching.